You know what? I just figured out another thing, and I had the craziest vision. Yesterday I had like a crazy 1 second orgy, and it was whatever. But today I had almost the same thing. I was just talking about sex and coming up with that program to get over swear words. I didn't mean to talk about sex. I was talking about swear words, and I said fuck, and I saw into the future where he'd teach kids what certain words mean, and then you would tell them it's a divine thing and it's not whatever. And then, I think God also picked me for another reason, which is this. My mind tangents a lot, and usually when you start thinking about something, you're asking your mind a question, and like it read my mind and answered the question and showed me it was like, honestly, this sounds really weird, it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, but it was like, this sounds really gross, because I can swap the feeling, I can swap the faces and the bodies on the spirits that are having family incestual orgies, like in the Renaissance time when the kings and queens, they created descendants with their family members and stuff like that. I saw it, I experienced it, and it was beautiful. So like in a human personal sense, I think it's gross, because I think incest is gross, because we have that belief in the back of our mind, but at the same time I accept it now because I just experienced it. Does that make sense? I'm experiencing some of the craziest stuff of history, like of all time, like everything that's I don't even know. I just was train of thought, because I was talking about sex, stuff like that, and I thought sex, and I thought about sex, and I thought in my mind I was like, yeah, well, the historic stuff, and there was like Renaissance, and then it was like someone's like in my thought, it was like, oh father, and it was a boy, I remember like in a movie that one of the general leaders was gay and like had sex with men or something like that, and then it was like, oh father, and it was like like a family full, and then it went from that family to like every different scenario of family incest that I could think of, from the gross ones to the amazing ones. So it's like, I don't know, it's not that I could think of, or that could be flashed to me, or that my mind could envision, that has already been. It's like, I don't know if that makes sense, but it's pretty crazy, man. I mean, it was beautiful, but my human side of me says gross. I mean, so how do you go about doing that when you have to keep in tune? You accept. I agreed basically when I let go at Walmart. I said that I want to know the answers, and I have to accept. I agreed to accept it, or else I'd go crazy, because this is hard shit to deal with, man. I'm just trying to let it out so it's not jumping around in my head. If I don't keep recording myself, I feel like I'm gonna blow up. It's weird, but in a good way. Just like when I go to talk to somebody in public, I just got done recording something, and I go into a Dollar General, and I tell people I tell them all this stuff, and blah 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 blah. I go in to do a delivery, I just blah 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 blah, and I can't stop it, no matter who it is, even whether it's the owner, the manager, the whatever. And I know I seem weird and goofy, but I can't stop it, because I feel like I have to. This is the truth. I know it's the truth, and some of it's gross, some of it's great, but those are all our opinions. But all of it's beautiful. It's all love and divine. If you understand where I'm coming from, you'll know what I mean. That was a crazy, crazy, crazy vision. I have never. When you see something in a different way, it never goes back to the way you saw it. That's crazy. Anyway, a little in shock. I will talk some more later.